accused of killing these 4 University of Idaho students connected to another woman's death. The parents of murder suspect Brian Kohberger were called before a grand jury, apparently to shed light on their son's whereabouts around the time that this woman went missing, not far from Kohberger's home. Trent has more.
A mysterious development in the case of Brian Kohberger, accused of murdering those 4 University of Idaho students. There are reports Brian Kohberger's father, Michael, testified before a grand jury at this courthouse in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania today. His mother, Mary Ann, reportedly testified earlier this week. The grand jury is investigating the death of Dana Smithers, a mother of 3 who disappeared a year ago. Her body was found in a wooded area near Stroudsburg in April, about 30 miles from the Kohberger home. She was identified by dental records.
If you look at the information that we all know, no one just walks down to the edge of the highway and dies. Someone knows what happened.
Brian Kohberger.
Kohberger attended DeSales University about 50 miles from Smithers' home, but he is said to have a watertight alibi, absolving him of any role in the mom's death. Nancy Grace, host of Crime Stories.
The parents tried to quash or defeat the grand jury subpoena. If my son, God forbid, was ever charged with a crime, or my daughter, I would be lying on the courthouse steps saying, please let me testify. I've got an alibi. But they fought the subpoena.
This is the last time Dana Smithers was seen alive, caught on Ring camera, leaving a friend's house at 11 p.m. on May 28th last year. Stroudsburg police say they have no evidence Dana Smithers' disappearance is in any way tied to Brian Kohberger. And is there new evidence that Kohberger was stalking potential victims months before the murders? This just-released police body cam video shows a neighbor of the Idaho murder victims reporting a bizarre theft of a suitcase from her car.
Yeah, and then I found my underwear like shoved right there.
In the cup holder?
Yeah, and I took it out. It was in there.
It happened 8 months before the murders. Look, in the distance. That's the house where the 4 students were stabbed to death.
There is a direct progression from smaller petty crimes to larger felonies.
Now the bizarre letter written by the mother of Brian Laundrie, the man who killed his girlfriend Gabby Petito and then committed suicide. She seems to be telling her son that she would do anything for him, even cover up a crime. Emma Cogliano has more.
A chilling letter Brian Laundrie's mother wrote to her son has just been made public. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it, Roberta Laundrie wrote. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. You're my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. On the front, she wrote, burn after reading. I spoke to Gabby Petito's family attorney, Patrick Riley, today. What do you make of this letter?
It's incredibly disturbing. Who writes a letter like that to their children?
Laundrie's mom says the undated letter was written when Gabby Petito was alive and well, before the couple even left an ill-fated road trip around the United States in the summer of 2021. Brian Laundrie would later kill Gabby and then take his own life. In court documents, Laundrie's mom says of the letter, while I used words that seemed to have a connection with Brian's actions and his taking of Gabby's life, I never would have fathomed the events that unfolded months later. My words to Brian were meant to convey my love and support. The letter was at the center of legal wrangling in a Florida courtroom yesterday. Gabby's parents are suing Laundrie's parents for emotional distress.
I think there's 2 reasonable inferences from reading that letter. Either that Roberta Laundrie had a suspicion that her son Brian might commit some kind of crime for which she'd have to help bury a body and bake a cake, or that this was written after Gabby had passed away. And I don't know which one is true, but that'll be up for the jury to decide.
And that's because a judge has ruled that the contents of the letter can be used as evidence in the civil lawsuit against the Laundries.